a thing of listening to my corner. But hey, we're only gonna get better from here, and I feel like I'm ready for a world title shot. So let's get it on.
Nice. Okay. Questions,
So,
guys.
Vergil,
Questions.
when you say you wasn't happy with your performance, you was going against an undefeated fighter who was real slick, never saw victory. You was going against a guy who didn't know how to lose. So when you say you was not satisfied with your performance, you was going against a guy who didn't know how to lose, and you finished the fight.
That's true, but I know I can do 100 times better, and I can look 100 times better.
Does it give you confidence for that title shot to know that even on your worst day, you're still an elite fighter and one of the best in the world?
I mean, I know I have that dog in me. Like I said, it'll come out when I need it to come out. And really, all I had to do was listen, and I just need to listen more.
This punch that he did what he said he was going to do when we talked the other day about the bravado, it wasn't bravado. He did exactly, he said he still
Like I said, he has a lot of pride. He came from the UK. He's not going to just come to the US and sit down and lose.
Jay.
Vergil, first of all, congratulations on this victory. What was your father telling you? You know, as your father's your number one critic and also your trainer. What was your father telling you in the corner throughout the rounds? If you could probably say a little bit.
He was asking me if I want to win, and I'm like, yeah. And he said, well, why aren't you hitting the fucking body? And I'm just like, all right. And he kept making me promise him that I was gonna hit it. That I was gonna hit it for like 3-4 rounds. He made me promise that I was gonna hit it. Once I kept my promise that one round, that's when everything started happening.
Vergil, prior to this fight, you said that I believe this is the second southpaw you fought in your career. What kind of challenges McKinson presented in this fight that made you, a little uncomfortable, if anything, on this fight?
I mean, southpaw is naturally it's literally your mirror image, so you're a lot farther. He could keep his distance really well. I mean, and he was unpredictable a little bit.
Here to the right.
$10 did you make a conscious effort to have your right hand up to guard from his left hand? Did you feel like after the third round on that the fight was yours? That it changed in the third round?
I felt it in the first round. I knew it. I just had to execute it.
Why would you say you need so much? Why do you think you needed so much encouragement to reminders to go to the body? Was there something that you just couldn't feel it? Because we were expecting to see more body work early as well. What was preventing you to go?
Because I'm hard headed, and I thought this one shot was gonna land, and it wasn't landing. So I was like, I gotta listen to my dad.
How much did the layoff play a role in this?
I'm sorry.
How much did the layoff play a role in this?
Not at all. Marlen's question.
Marlen, Yokasta's fighting next month in September. Are you going to be watching that fight closely?
I'll definitely be watching just to see who I need to fight, who's next. But the WBO is what I'm going for, what I want, and something that's gonna happen. I need to bring everything home, all the belts, and continue to do so and become undisputed and keep it that way until I retire.
Okay, go ahead.
Vergil, how did the cut happen in the first round, and did that affect you one? Was it a headbutt?
He just came in with his head, and I should have did a better job of keeping him out.
Did it bother you the rest of the way? Or
No, but I did see like a little bit of blood. I was like, wait, is that mine? And it was just a different feeling. It didn't hurt, which is weird. It's my first cut. Yeah, that's my first cut. Graduated today.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it didn't hurt, but I was like, ah, man, I'm not supposed to be getting cuts, so.
And how was it having an arena chanting Ortiz? How did that feel?
It's a wonderful feeling, just having the whole metroplex behind your back. Well, basically the whole country. I mean, it was the U.S. versus the UK, but I mean, it's always a great feeling.
Hey, Vergil, I know you said that wasn't your best performance, but you was off for 12 months. You did go through an illness. Coming back, stopping a guy who was undefeated, you still won't give yourself credit for that?
I'm not saying that I got an F, but there's a lot of room for improvement. I know I'm gonna be mad watching this later tonight. So
Look, he was a little rusty. Yes, you're right. It was a year off. And it wasn't the easiest style. I mean, Vergil hasn't faced a guy like that in a while. I mean, if you think about the last 3 or 4 fights, these guys that were more stationary, they were right in front of him wanting to fight. This guy was good. He was crafty. He was in there trying to survive after the first few rounds. And yeah, like Vergil said, he started listening to the corner and he started chipping away. That's what you do with these kind of fighters. You chip away, you chip away, you chip away, and eventually he got him.
Christian?
I guess I was to be Marlen. Just like Vergil is his biggest critic, I'm sure you are your own biggest critic. What is something that you want to improve or work on for next fight?
Well, I want to improve on on everything. I also know that I want to make sure that I'm able to finish people a bit quicker, and making sure that when I see it, I step up to it, versus just kind of having a little bit too much fun. I like to make people look stupid, so it gets to me sometimes, and we're really definitely working on that, and just making sure that that beast in me comes out a lot faster.
Jeff?
Hey, Vergil, Jeff Zimmerman, Fight News, congratulations. It did look like in the 5th, 6th, 7th or so, you did slow the pace down and started picking your spots more. And then next thing you knew, you got that first knockdown. Was that the advice in the corner, and was that the game plan?
That's how I'm supposed to fight. That's just, I don't know. Like I said, I just went away from my natural, I don't know how to say it, but I went away from it and I came back to it.
Was it the crowd, the excitement, just kind of got you energized to start?
I didn't really hear them. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really hear them. It was just me and my opponent in front of me.
All right, right here.
Vergil, I want to take you in the opposite direction, actually. In the third round, you said earlier about, kind of bringing the dog out of yourself a little bit. The third round, after you knocked the mouthpiece out, it seemed like you really put it in another gear once the fight got started again. Anything you want to say about that, or what you were looking for in that moment?
There was a few instances where I had him hurt to the head, and I think where the main problem came was that I was headhunting, and I mean the guy can move. He was a very elusive fighter, and he knew I was going for the head because I saw him hurt, and I picked it up, and unfortunately I made the wrong decision. I should have been chopping down the tree.
Matt?
Vergil, Matt Zucker, Federal TV. In the third round, you knocked out his mouthpiece, and the ref stopped the action. How frustrating was that for you? You had him hurt.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's frustrating. Do I want the fight to hurry up and carry on? Yeah, I do. I honestly didn't remember that till right now. So I don't know how. I remember that they took a while to put in the mouthpiece.
Yeah.
You know.
Because you got a pretty significant break from that.
Yeah. But I mean, it's boxing. It's what can I do? Complain? It's not gonna have time to do anything.
We're gonna do the last question for Gary.
Vergil, congratulations on a great performance. The first knockdown in the 8th, on press row, we all thought that was the end of the fight. There was no way he was getting up. Were you surprised that he was able to get up and actually survive through that 8th round?
I wasn't surprised. He definitely did what he needed to do to survive. So no, I wasn't surprised.
Okay, Ellie for Marlen.
Marlen.
And then Vergil.
Congratulations. What's next?
The WBO, and
That's all. I want to say something also. I want to congratulate James Cooper. It seems like ever since Marlen hooked up with James, she's been winning all these titles. She's been more aggressive. You saw it tonight. You've been sitting down on your punches a little bit more, throwing more punches. So it was a very, very exciting fight. I just want to congratulate James. James, great job.
Yes.
Great job, James.
Marlen, how much is it more about winning or about putting on a show to get people who want to watch that rematch with Senicia?
I think no matter what, anybody's gonna want to watch the rematch with Sinisa. So I mean, that's gonna happen. That's something that's there. It's not just about getting a W ever. It's about really being the best version of myself that I can be and get there as quickly as possible. I mean, that's why Vergil said he did amazing, but he'll never see it that way because he didn't get it done the moment he wanted to get it done. And it's always going to be that way. It's about being who you say you are when you say you are that person and doing it correctly right away, flawlessly. So it's not just about a W. It's about, I am who I say I am, and being undisputed is the way to show that, but doing it even better every time is the way to solidify it.
Marlen has come to the attention that there's no women's shoe out there for boxers, or the girls have to go and get their boxing shoes, they pick a men's shoe. Can you tell us a little bit about your involvement with designing a women's shoe?
I can. I'm actually working with Nike right now on the first women's boxing boot. So that way women don't have to order, little girls don't have to order boxing boots in men's sizes. We've been working on it for a long time and making sure a lot of people aren't aware that the men's foot isn't like the woman's foot all the time. So even if I wear a men's size, it's never gonna fit the same. And that's not something that you can really afford to lack in a fight. So we're working really hard, been working on it for about 8 years, demoing, changing, doing a lot of things. And soon to be gonna have a boot to mass release for the little girls everywhere. So we can now order boots in women's sizes.
Okay, thank you.
Congratulations, guys.